Hello and welcome back to the Sportsnet Lakers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by our Laker insider, Mike Bresnahan, and Lakers reporter. His name is Mike Trudell, the Mike and Mike Show, just in time for playoffs.
Oh, we're so close.
We're so close.
So close to playoffs. Dorian Finney-Smith talked at practice today, Brez, and you could tell he just wants Saturday to get here. A lot of energy there. I
mean, it's weird because the last few years they've been doing like play-in tournament. It takes up a lot of time this week, at least a few days. That's over now. It's good long-term. They get the rest. I miss basketball. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
No games tonight, Allie. All you have is access Sportsnet, baby.
What more could you want?
That's right.
Did you get that handles today?
I was gone just before it got there.
Perks of having a week off with no basketball before the playoffs.
I don't feel great about it. It sounds like you did.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Great.
Wow.
So neither of us.
I would have stolen the truck.
I know
I
you
love
would've.
handles. The best.
I get multiple gift cards from you all the time. We start with Luka Doncic. That's the sweet treat to talk about. And the Lakers, they're getting ready to see what playoff Luka looks like. And as you can see, the numbers are quite favorable. Not too shabby in terms of highest playoff scoring average behind the one and only MJ. Here's Luka on how this week has gone, getting ready for the T-Wolves.
Just preparing, watching film, going through stuff on court. So mostly just preparing for Timberwolves.
I know you mentioned Chris McGee earlier this week in the sit-down interview just how impressed you've been with JJ in his transition as a head coach. Have you noticed anything, or has anything stood out in terms of just the preparation for a playoff series versus that of what you've seen from him in the regular season?
No, nothing special. I mean, we got to play first game, so nothing special. Just longer videos, that's about it.
What is it most that you like about big games?
No, I like big games. Playoffs is fun time. Everybody plays 100%. It's just fun to be out there.
I think you played 21 games with LeBron and AR at this point. What added wrinkles or layers have you guys added offensively compared to when you first joined?
Just more chemistry. Kind of getting to know each other, what we want on the court. So I would say chemistry so far.
You mentioned in Dallas that the shot against Gobert and the moments in the conference finals and the video were the ones that you noticed most. What do you like most about those moments where you get to switch against the big, you get to take on a guy like Gobert, who's one of the best defenders in the league? What are you looking to do in those moments?
Just trying to score, trying to create something for my teammates. Kind of always since I came to the league, I like to play pick and roll. I like to get a center on me, so that's what I've been doing since I came into the league.
Let's talk Luka. Luka specifically in the playoffs. I know as just NBA fans, we've all seen it from afar. We've seen glimpses of it. But how much are you, Brez, will start with you, looking forward just to seeing it up close firsthand?
Very much so. It was fun last year watching their run to the finals, and especially when they played Minnesota last year. I thought that was really cool. Good series. Luka was absolutely on his game from start to finish. And now you had a guy like LeBron James. I mean, look, he played alongside Kyrie for a couple years. That's kind of cool. But LeBron is LeBron. So to see those two together with an ever-ascending Austin Reeves. And Austin, it was funny, talking to him yesterday at practice. I said, Austin, all you've ever known in your brief career as far as postseason is you got to start with the play-in game. No need to worry about that this year. So I think they're all ready to go. And it's going to be a fun trio, no doubt, Mike.
Well, we know that Luka rises to the moment, like very few in the playoffs, and I think we got a hint of that just with all of the pressure and the emotion around the game at Dallas when he was ridiculous. And then you just combine that with Luka's last 5 games overall, and he's around 34 points, over 50% from the field, like on 56%, 51% from 3. So he really did finally have that ramp up that I think we were all kind of waiting to see once he got back from the injury. Okay, here's Luka. He looks amazing in spots, and then maybe, takes the foot off the pedal just a little bit as Reeves and LeBron pick things up. But he's now been steady. And again, those 5 games before the game in Portland. And now he has an additional week to get even that much better shape and cardio-wise and just to kind of focus in on this opponent that he knows very well, having played against him. And I think that you have to be very optimistic about how Luka's going to play in round 1.
I'm going to come back to you on that just because from the emotional standpoint, obviously, getting acclimated, not just to the Los Angeles Lakers, but to LA in general, the move, the Dallas, all of that. To your point of the ramp up, just in time to literally be away from active competitive basketball for a week, how much do you think this past week has benefited him, would benefit him?
Well, I think that it benefits him a lot, and then in accordance with the rest of the round one, where there are a couple of days between games, and I want to bring LeBron into the discussion for that as well. So, like, Luka, to me, when the Lakers first got him, I think my initial thought as you approach the playoff season was, maybe this is the way that you get LeBron all the way to a conference finals, maybe even the finals, where he has that big punch left late that I think was harder for him to do in the Denver series when he didn't have all of the time off because the Lakers were in the play-in and because they were desperately having to qualify for the play-in, meaning they had to play every game in March and April. So that means, so Luka, he's going to do his thing now. Like, I have no worries about Luka. I think he's shown, and he showed it consistently in the last couple weeks for the season. But now, because I think he's going to be able to do that, that then elongates what LeBron is going to be able to do, and that to me is the biggest problem for Lakers opponents.
You know what I like about Luka? He's never had this much downtime with the Lakers. Obviously, he was traded right before the deadline, but that didn't really count because he wasn't fully healthy during that time off. So now he's going to go 8 days between games. A lot of film, a lot of feeling more situated in Los Angeles. Keep in mind, he's only been here about 2.5 months. So I like this break for him physically and mentally. He can recharge, get to know his teammates a little bit better. They had a team event the other night to watch one of the play-in tournament games. So I like this from just a kind of a decompressed time for Luka.
Knowing that it took to the final game of the regular season for 7 seeds in the Western Conference to be determined, I think this time could benefit anyone who manages to make it 1 through 6. As we know in the West, there are no easy outs to be found, especially when you look at the playoffs. As we just mentioned, the Lakers are locked in and getting ready to face off against the 6-seeded T-Wolves on Saturday. Dorian Finney-Smith, he's making his 5th career postseason appearance, and at practice he was asked about if his approach during the playoffs was any different than the regular season.
Try to probably listen to more slow music because I'll be a little bit too hyped, you know.
What are some of the artists?
Anita Baker, you know what I mean? I like to go older, you know. Depends on the vibes. Anita Baker, Carl Thomas, you know, Little Summer Rain, you know, Encore from Shirley. My playlist, I'm nice with it. You know what I mean? I'm nice with it.
You just mentioned feeling that Laker energy in the playoffs. What do you expect to be different about it or specific about it?
I know, the playoffs are different, obviously, but, it's just every possession matters when you're playing in the playoffs. And now, our fans are always engaged, so I can only imagine how it's going to be in the playoffs. And just talking to AR and Vando, they talk about their run they made and how it was lit in the building, so I just want to see for myself.
Goodwin, and you told you and Goodwin to interchange, and you get a switch, and he finds a deep corner three. How is it going in terms of difference?
Man, just he know. It seems like he know what's going to happen before it happens, And it's been certain timeouts where these coaches say a play, he say I'm gonna go back door, the lob gonna be open, and most of the times the lobs be open, or he'll tell me he'll be open for the slip, and he definitely be open for the slip. So you want to do what he say, because sometimes I may benefit from it and get a wide open corner three like you say. So just have somebody who can be another coach on the court, alongside with Luka, who I've been on the court with for a while. It's amazing. Sometimes in the game, they quarterbacking.